Right now at 6, Senator Amy Klobuchar was in Duluth today to discuss infrastructure investment priorities, what it means for Duluth. Plus, two groups coming together for vaccine distribution, how the partnership is helping meet their goals. And April is Sexual Harassment Awareness Month, what local groups are doing to honor survivors.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm John Cardinale. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is on assignment tonight. U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar made a stop in Duluth today, and she was highlighting ways she believes the Twin Ports could benefit from the president's new $2 trillion infrastructure proposal. CBS 3's Natalie Grant was at the senator's press conference today to learn what projects could get some of that money.
John, this proposed package includes money for things ranging from bridges to roads to railroads and shipping ports, just like this one here. It also includes funding for broadband access in places like the Iron Range. Senator Klobuchar says this piece of legislation would not only be a major benefit for the Twin Ports, but also allow the United States to better compete with other nations when it comes to infrastructure. She says funding to support our shipping ports in the Great Lakes is essential for our domestic and international trade industry.
We've really been leading the way with Tammy Baldwin over in Wisconsin and Senator Stabenow and Peters in Michigan and Senator Smith here to make the case that when we talk about port infrastructure, that we don't just talk about ocean port, that we talk about Great Lakes port.
The Biden administration says the $2 trillion plan will be paid for in part by raising the corporate tax rate and global minimum tax, reversing tax cuts made by the Trump administration. And coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear much more from city leaders on how they would plan to use these funds locally.
All right, thanks, Natalie. Meanwhile, some Republican lawmakers voiced their concerns about the president's new package, citing tax hikes that could come with it. Congressman Pete Stauber, who represents Minnesota's 8th congressional district, tweeted yesterday saying tax increases are the last thing American people need right now. Some city councilors have proposed declaring a climate emergency in Duluth. City councilors Gary Anderson, Eric Forsman, Roz Randorf, and Joel Cypress announced the plan today, aiming to reduce the carbon footprint of Duluth. This declaration will speed up the process to act on climate change. One action is to prioritize the city's existing commitment to reduce carbon emissions 80% by 2050. Councilor Eric Forsman says right now it's just a plan, but he hopes it will lead to action.
I also want to make it really clear that this action doesn't increase taxes and it does not add any new mandates for businesses, but rather the climate action work plan that we're proposing would offer a framework and an opportunity for more collaboration across the public and private sectors in ways that work for our community.
Forsman says reducing harmful emissions is something everyone should strive for. The declaration will be discussed on the council's April 12th agenda. In a statement today, Mayor Emily Larson says she supports the resolution and it demonstrates work already been doing internally. Shifting gears now, we're going to check in with Dave. Dave, a beautiful day out there today, nice and sunny.
Nice and sunny, started pretty chilly, started to go back towards normal for temperatures. But once we get into April, we are going to go towards the warm side, at least for the coming weekend. And as long as we're talking about temperatures, let's now dial back what's been going on so far this year, now that we're into a new month. The stats are in from National Weather Service in Duluth. March, departure from normal mean temp, plus 7.9 degrees. February was minus 7.9, so that's a wash. But January was almost as warm, 7.7 degrees warmer than normal. For the month ahead, some long-range forecasters think we might go 2 degrees warmer than normal. Right now, a little cooler than normal for a couple of towns, but clearer than normal, too, thanks to high pressure that's settled in. Hardly a cloud in the sky, and no precip today. Those flurries have gone away farther off towards the east. But the twin high-pressure cells in the middle U.S. will tomorrow start to push a southerly wind into our region that will nudge temperatures up. The normal's around 41. Tomorrow we're going to go towards 52 after a morning start of 27. Some towns this morning were as chilly as the single digits above zero. So lows are going warmer, highs are going warmer. This weekend we could hit the 60s. I'll talk about how long that dares to last coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Working together for the good of the community, the Fond du Lac Band and Carleton County Public Health teamed up for a local vaccination clinic today. CBS 3's Emma Quinn reports on the partnership serving the public.
Teamwork making the dream work.
I called and they said, we'll get down here in 15 minutes.
Fred Olashak was just one of hundreds of people able to get vaccinated at the Black Bear Casino Thursday.
Today we are hopefully going to be able to vaccinate 500 people, part of Carleton County.
Organizers came up with the idea for the joint clinic 2 weeks ago. Fond du Lac supplied the Moderna vaccine while Carleton County took on the registration process.
Also, we have public health nurses here who are administering the vaccine, along with Carleton County Public Health Department.
Organizers say it's a chance to help many of Carleton County's indigenous residents who may have been disproportionately impacted by the virus.
It's been an exciting event for us. Our team has been really excited about this event, to coordinate with the county, to come together and really put both of our teams together and see exactly what we can accomplish.
It's a long-standing partnership with Fond du Lac, even pre-pandemic, and then this last year during our response. And then also Black Bear, we're so grateful for them to be able to host the event here.
People who got their shot, like Olashak, say they're grateful for the opportunity.
I'm glad I came and got it. It's nice to have it here, close to home, and everything went good.
People who got their first dose at today's clinic will receive an email or phone call when it's time to schedule their second dose. Clinic organizers say they're planning more vaccine events in the future as eligibility has expanded. And by the way, Carleton County public health officials say 91% of their residents 65 and older have had their first dose. That's the 5th best of any county in the state. Ashland and Bayfield counties are stressing the importance of still wearing masks during the ongoing pandemic. Their joint advisory comes one day after the Wisconsin Supreme Court repealed the statewide mandate. Health leaders are asking everyone over 5 to wear a mask in any public indoor place and when social distancing isn't an option. They hope that will help prevent a surge of COVID cases in their region as vaccinations continue. Douglas County also asked people to keep wearing masks, but stopped short of advisory today. Wisconsin's governor is seeking more than $250,000 in legal fees from former President Donald Trump and a Republican Party official. It's related to fighting a pair of election lawsuits filed last year. Governor Tony Evers made the request in 2 different federal courts yesterday. If Evers is successful, Trump would have to pay more than $145,000 in one case. In the other, the chairman of the Republican Party of La Crosse County would have to pay about $107,000. Trump and his supporters filed several lawsuits after he narrowly lost Wisconsin to Democrat Joe Biden. Republicans lost every challenge. A Democrat running for one of Wisconsin's U.S. Senate seats has raised more than $1 million since announcing his campaign almost 2 months ago. Alex Lasry is running for the seat currently held by Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Johnson hasn't said if he'll seek another term in 2022. Tom Nelson, a county executive in the southern part of Wisconsin, is also running as a Democrat. He hasn't shared any campaign fundraising totals yet. The 4th day of the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin brought George Floyd's girlfriend to the stand. She testified about their 4-year relationship and their struggles with opioid addiction. Floyd's attorney, Ben Crump, released a statement that says, "We fully expected the defense to put George's character and struggles with addiction on trial because that is the go-to tactic. The facts are not on your side. We are confident that the jury will see past that to arrive at the truth." And Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey announced today that as the trial continues into Phase 2, there will be an increased presence of police officers and National Guard members in Minneapolis. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and local groups are doing their part to recognize survivors. CASDA shared a proclamation from Superior Mayor Jim Payne and Douglas County Board Chair Mark Liebert recognizing the month. The group is hosting virtual events throughout April. This year's theme is "We Can Build Safe Spaces Online." CASDA says sexual violence on the internet is just as damaging as in person, and it shouldn't be tolerated.
This year, take time to listen to folks who have been harassed, manipulated, or threatened online. Hear their pains and fears without judgment or invalidation, as we work together to keep our communities safe.
In Duluth, PAVSA is also holding virtual events this month. We'll have links to both organizations on our website. After closing for more than a year, the depot reopened today with some new attractions. Along with the usual exhibits of historic trains, the St. Louis County Historical Society now has 2 new exhibits on display. One is a spotlight on Joe Gomer, a Duluthian who was a Tuskegee Airman in World War II. The other tells the story of Harold Conrad, Duluthian who became the only Minnesotan to win a soapbox derby. St. Louis County Museum curator Natalie Walker says the additions are great for historians of any age.
I think the soapbox derby is especially exciting for children to learn about this, this sort of bygone era of history that we don't do in Duluth anymore. The last soapbox derby race in Duluth was in 1968.
Walker says even though these are temporary exhibits, she expects them to be up for at least the next 3 months. It's free to visit the St. Louis County Historical Society at the depot. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, last year aluminum surfaced on the beaches of Park Point. How the Army Corps hopes to tackle cleanup next.
The almanac for Duluth International Airport says the high temp made it to 39 today. Pretty close to normal after a pretty chilly start this morning. In just a couple of minutes here, I'll show you this morning's low temperatures, which were pretty brisk. Then I'll show you the temperature trend for the week ahead, which is going to be pretty mild beginning tomorrow.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health interventional neurologist Vikram Jadhav explains strokes.
An acute stroke is a very time-sensitive problem. People who are having a stroke essentially are not getting any blood supply to the brain, and thereby they are not getting any oxygen to the brain. The brain is a very sensitive organ that the brain cells start dying as soon as the blood supply stops. You can imagine if the brain doesn't get any blood supply just for 1 minute, about 2 million neurons or brain cells die. And that translates into about 3.6 years of normal aging if the brain doesn't get any blood supply for an hour. So let's look at the risk factors or the subset of people who are more vulnerable because of the risk factors that they can take care of. These are patients who would have high blood pressure and bad cholesterol, patients who have other risk factors like diabetes, then patients who are smokers.
As an advanced thrombectomy-capable stroke center, Essentia is able to remove clots from the brain blood vessels, saving our patients valuable time by ensuring they don't have to travel hours for care.
These are places or institutions which can provide the entire gamut of stroke care 24/7 all the time, and who have the specialized care that can be given by doing the thrombectomy procedure. Time is of essence, time is brain.
Remember the Be Fast acronym: balance, eyes, face, arms, or speech. T is for timeliness. If you experience any of these stroke signs, go to an ER or call 911. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
You don't need a reason to grab the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. With 100% all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, warm pepper gravy, and oh yeah, 7 fluffy mini biscuits. But if you do want a reason, mini biscuits turn any meal into a mini celebration all on their own. Hooray for mini biscuits, part of the DQ Chicken and Biscuits basket. DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
By hook or by crook, after 30 years or so, I've become the longest-serving broadcast meteorologist here in this market. I've been an on and off part of it since 1986. We have a higher quotient of people who grew up in this area, lived the weather all their lives, know what's supposed to happen for each specific time of the year around here. CBS3 Live and Local, we try to live up to that, and I'm hoping people will like what they see and tell all their friends, of course.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and CBS3 News is brought to you by Fond du Luth Casino. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
It was pretty chilly to start our April today. Take a look at these temperatures. A lot of towns dropped into the single digits. 9 for Grand Rapids, 6 International Falls, 4 Hibbing Chisholm, 5 towards Ely. Oh, down to 7 in Siren and Solon Springs as well, 9 for Hayward. Hotspots included Ironwood at 11, Ashland at 13, and Moose Lake 10 degrees above zero. Well, we're going to go much warmer than that tomorrow morning. We'll be in the 20s, and that's the sign of a warm-up coming our way for the weekend where we could crack into the 60s. I think my motorcycle is going to get fired up for the first time in, 5 or 6 months. Probably going to smoke like crazy, but then it'll be worth the ride in the afternoon. Well, what do we have this afternoon at the airport? 39 degrees for the current temp, so it is a little bit still on the chilly side. Again, the warm-up should hit us tomorrow. Relative humidity low at 30%, so the fire danger, once we warm up, that'll start to go up as well. So we'll have to be careful this weekend outside with the fire danger so high. Maybe Monday a little relief could come our way. We'll talk about a rain chance after the weekend here. After we look at the south winds right now at 9 miles per hour at the airport, 30.43 inches of mercury is our barometric pressure reading. It is high because of a pair of highs that have taken over the middle part of the United States. Current temps, upper 30s in the upper peninsula. Northern Wisconsin, we're running 34 from La Pointe to 40 in Hayward, and Superior is there as well. 41 is what we have in Moose Lake, a little bit cooler towards Cloquet, up the North Shore, 30s for most places, but up to Gunflint, it's only upper 20s. 39 degrees towards Ely and the rest of the Vermilion Range, upper 30s to lower 40s along the Mesabi. 43 degrees currently for our friends in International Falls. Low temps tonight, not as cool as today. No, I think we're going to go into the 20s for most of our towns. Doppler map right now shows the effect of those high pressure cells keeping the sky clear. And if not bringing temperatures up too much today, the process should happen tomorrow. One high makes it sunny, the other makes it warm, and they work in tandem then to keep us that way all the way through Sunday. It's Monday when the day of change could come our way, but it probably won't be a day of reckoning. This low pressure system isn't packing much of a punch, and it only has a 30% chance of a payoff Monday and Tuesday. But with those dry conditions looming, especially out west, we need it, and we'll take what we can get. Tonight we get low temps in the 20s for Minnesota, about 24 to 30 for the range of temperatures there with a partly cloudy sky that covers all of our zones. Wisconsin, Michigan low temps 24 to 27. And then for tomorrow, not a bad day at all for Friday, partly cloudy sky. Wisconsin, Michigan high temps lower to middle 50s. And Minnesotans will get lower to middle 50s as well inland, though 40s may be more prevalent by the lake. Extended forecast shows that the 60s should come a-calling for the weekend. Stays around 60 for Monday, and then we get that 30% chance for the rain showers that last through Tuesday. And then temperatures do go downward again. 50 on Wednesday, only 47 by next Thursday.
All right, thanks, Dave. New details tonight on the effort to clean up pieces of shredded aluminum from Park Point Beach. The aluminum ended up there last year when the Army Corps placed dredged material on the beach to help with erosion issues. The Army Corps took responsibility but says it wasn't intentional. This week, the Corps got the go-ahead to survey how widespread the problem really is.
Our survey will systematically detect where the debris is. We'll establish the location, the extent, the density, and the depth of the metal can debris, both above and below the waterline.
And once the Corps picks a cleanup plan, they'll present that to the city and eventually begin the project. The Corps and Park Point residents have also spent months picking up any debris they find walking along the beach. And ahead in sports, it's opening day for the Brewers and Twins, and the Proctor Hermantown hockey team gets a shot at the state title game. Kelly Hinseth is in next with sports.
Order your 2021 Polaris side-by-side now from Duluth Lawn and Sports.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
It's Home Furniture's two-day sale this Friday and Saturday only. Get up to 10% off sale prices and 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months. Plus free no-contact shipping. The two-day sale, Friday and Saturday, only at Home Furniture.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about, it's not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Smithfield ham portions for only 97 cents per pound and get Smithfield boneless pork loin roast for just $1.99 per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get Dole Extra Large Golden Pineapple for just $1.77 each and Florida fresh green beans for just 97 cents per pound. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
The bladder control aisle. You won't shop here again. Your private business is your own. The constant struggle is over. Now there's a better way. It's HDIS. We home deliver bladder control products. We understand how you feel. For over 25 years, we've home delivered to many of the 20 million Americans who deal with incontinence. We offer all brands. We pay shipping and use plain, unmarked boxes. If we can help you or someone you care for, call for your free product sample pack and $45 in money-saving coupons. Our counselors will help you choose the right product. And unlike stores, we're always in stock. You'll get what you need. Satisfaction guaranteed. HDIS, the better way.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog, $45 in money-saving coupons, and free product samples, call 1-800-548-4176. That's 1-800-548-4176.
You got the gear, but do you have the internet to power it? Go full speed. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year. Show your tech some respect and see what it can really do with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, powerful in-home Wi-Fi, and 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year and get ready to go full speed. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
This season, the Proctor-Hermantown run from the regular season to the postseason has been an absolute blast to witness. If you go on Minnesota Hockey Hub and click on their schedule, they have this many L's next to each of their matchups. Undefeated, coming off of an 8-goal game in the quarterfinals, taking on another team from the north in War Road. War Road strikes first, so the Mirage play from behind for most of the first, but with less than a second left on the clock, freshman Hannah Graves changes everything, tying it up at 1, heading into the break. And how is this for a second period start? Graves gets in all alone. Maybe she's been watching Luke Milmock tape, going 5-hole. Proctor-Hermantown takes the lead. Less than 3 minutes later, their hero from the semifinals steps up. Alyssa Watkins makes her case for D1 offers with her 6th goal of the state tournament. Goaltender Abby Pajari was great on the back end, 31 saves to hold the lead. Mirage advancing to their first ever state championship game with a 3-1 win.
Now, I mean, just having this opportunity to get these girls to a position where they deserve to be is incredible. Honestly, these girls have worked extremely hard for this opportunity. They've had multiple chances at a state tournament throughout their youth career, especially our seniors. So we're just happy to be with them, and hopefully we can do it on Saturday.
Saturday, 11 a.m., that's when they take the ice against Gentry Academy. We'll have more at 10. As I stand here on April 1st of 2021, it's hard to find more words to say the same thing we've said for the past 6 or so years. UMD is heading to the Frozen Four. Another Frozen Four. The 6th one in program history and the 4th one straight. This one, the team would say, is extra special. It's in a pandemic year, a year that left them and many others questioning whether or not there would be hockey at all.
Like I said, you never take these opportunities for granted because you never know when they're going to come again. And certainly going into the year with a lot of the question marks that we had in goal and what we lost, they're all special. And This one's probably more unique just because of the year and just all the circumstances that surrounded it. And it kind of culminated with the game. I mean, it kind of culminated with the 5 overtime game.
UMD taking on UMass next Thursday in the Frozen Four. We'll have much more on this team in the coming days. Baseball fans have longed to hear the words, "It's opening day." Since that last game back in October, today is the day that the Twins hope to begin the journey to end the playoff drought, and they open up with a border battle against the Milwaukee Brewers. About 12,000 fans in attendance inside of Miller Park today. It's not quite that. Top of the first, defense showing up early for the Brew Crew. Shortstop Luis Urias snares a line shot off the bat of Luis Urias, saving a base hit. Not a bad way to start. Bats come alive for the Twins in the third. Max Kepler had a day. Starts off with a single to left that brought in Miguel Sano, making it 2-0 Twins. Kep was just a home run short of the cycle. To the fourth, Urias. This time, it's a single to bring in a run to make it a 2-run game for the Twins, but the Brewers kept it tight. Omar Navarez singles, Christian Yelich will score, Lorenzo Cain to second base, and Travis Shaw thrown out at the home plate, and it's a 1-run game. Byron Buxton stretches it to a 3-run game with a 2-run shot off of Freddie Peralta, so the Twins extend. Twins just need to close out the ninth, right? But, you know, the Brewers are really good. Travis Shaw, base hit, 2-run score, tie game, so we go to extras. And this one ends in the bottom of the 10th. Brewers walk it off. Orlando Arcia hits a chopper, and Lorenzo Cain races home. Brewers win. Opening day, 6-5 the final. Not good for Twins fans, but how good does it feel to just have baseball on the screen again?
Fantastic.
You're a baseball guy.
I'm a huge baseball guy. I said it in the 5. This is my favorite day of the year. So it is great to have baseball back, even though the Twins lost today.
Yeah, but Brewer fans, gosh, these are 2 fun teams to watch.
Definitely. Thank you, Kelly and Seth with sports. And NASA is getting ready to get some aerial shots of Mars using the first Interplay helicopter. The Perseverance rover brought the 4-pound chopper called Ingenuity to the red planet in February. With 2 pairs of blades that span 4 feet, Ingenuity looks similar to a remote control helicopter. And it's far from a toy. It will capture images from a vantage point never seen before on Mars. Ingenuity will fly 10 feet above the surface of Mars for about 30 seconds to take pictures of the planet's surface. It's scheduled to make up to 5 flights in April before it runs out of juice and is retired. Not only will Ingenuity send those images back to Earth, Perseverance is expected to take pictures of its flight from the ground. Dave, I can't wait to really see those photos. That's going to be real interesting.
Yeah, that really should be interesting. We've talked about it before, but I was around in '76 when that first Viking lander sent the first color pictures back. That was incredible. This should be cool as well. Speaking of cool, we're going to say goodbye to that. Bring in the warmth tomorrow. We're going to 52 degrees. Normal's 41. Then the 60s come to call for Saturday and Sunday, and some much-needed rain. Just might sprinkle Monday and Tuesday, but it does look to be only sprinkles at this stage of the game. After that, we cool back down at least a touch.
All right, thanks, Dave. That's the news for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10.